I'm going. Okay, I
What?
think that's working. I can't say anything. I think we're good.
Well, as long as it's recording.
Well, it says recording. It says uploading, but I think that's just, yeah, the recording now. That's good. I don't think we're streaming anywhere.
Fucking great work, Julian. We're back, baby.
We're back. It only took a couple of moments of sheer terror from thinking that I was live streaming on the Western Bulldogs account.
Content catch-up.
Friends and enemies. Well, if that is the dulcet, what's that word? The soft sounding
Tones?
dulcet. What's the word? Dulcet tones.
The dulcet tones.
Of my voice and Jules' voice. We are back after about 2 years, Julian. It is fantastic to see your face.
Michael, it's fantastic to see yours as well. I just wish you'd be honest with everyone, because about 2 minutes ago you were abusing me, saying that I was incompetent, I was terrible at my job. Nah, I'm joking. He was quite nice. I was live streaming on YouTube about 2 seconds ago. So
yeah, so friends and enemies. We started off hot. Jules started live streaming that he feared was going to the Western Bulldogs YouTube channel, but we avoided that, thankfully.
Well, sorry in advance, Matthew Bastow, if you are seeing me live streamed on the Western Bulldogs account. What? Although, talk about good content. That could be good content for the month.
I think that'd be a great egg after a 2-year absence. That would be a fantastic egg if you accidentally live streamed. Anyway, let's cut the crap talk, small talk from the top, because it's been, what has it been? 3 years?
3 years
since our last episode?
3 years since we've actually spoken.
Yeah, so I've missed you, and you, every time I ask to catch up, you're always just like, no, because we're not doing the pod anymore. I don't want to talk to you.
I actually just say, hey, oh no, we can only content catch up. We're not actually catching up.
It was all like the friendship was content. It was a piece of content in that friendship for however many years, which is sad.
It feels like it was a big social experiment. But obviously...
Was it successful?
Well, it must be, because we're back, aren't we? Well, no, we're not back. We should be clear from the start. We're not back.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Well, I think we're just... I don't know.
Reunion pod.
Just a check-in. Like, you're right, it has been 3 years. And a lot happens in 3 years. And I think the fans have not been demanding this, but, sometimes you don't demand what you don't know you want.
Well... you could have worded that better, but I totally agree.
Worded that a hell of a lot better.
You sometimes don't know what you've got until it's gone. So hopefully we can bring a bit of the old, as I said, the old voices in your. I don't know what. I mean, we still can't talk, so let's just.
What's even better than this is I'm not going to bother editing this. So what we get, what you get is what you get.
Yeah. Well, let's start with you. 3 years since we did this pod. What if you could summarize in a couple of paragraphs? What the hell have you been doing, Jules? What have we missed out on?
That's a great question. Been a bit busy, but like
just busy. Full stop.
Full stop. It's been 3 years of change. I'd say.
Just cue the fucking violin.
No, like positive change, like brackets positive change. Both of us, I won't speak for you actually, but
yeah, start with you.
Out of Carlton, finished up at Carlton probably 2 years ago now. Now over at the Western Bulldogs, in a similar kind of role, which is great. Love me and my doggies out into the Western Heartlands where I grew up. So it's nice to have the return.
Bit nostalgic.
Been on a couple of holidays. Went to Japan last year, which was pretty sweet. Going to Europe again in a couple of weeks as well. So a bit of traveling has been on the cards. We bought a house, the lovely Marnie Olsen-Young and myself, which was just, you could have given me a bit more warning. That was a pain in the ass to do that. It seems like you just buy and sell houses like it's going out of fashion.
I don't think you needed me to tell you that what an effort buying a house is. But no, congratulations to you and Mans. I don't want to insert myself here, but we bought houses, a month or two apart? Like, it was pretty close. I think it might have been closer within the same month. So that was pretty cool.
It was quite cool. Because I think you were literally about a month ahead of us. when we were looking, you had just finalized, and then now that we're starting to unpack, you're unpacked. Um, but yeah, that's probably a bit. Would like to think there's a bit more that's happened in the last 3 years, but I think that's the top line summary. What about
Well,
yourself?
well, it's no, no. We'll stick on you. Let's stick on you. It's a funny one to ask because I think when people ask me what I've done on the weekend, let alone 3 years, how the hell do you summarize it? So you've done pretty well, but I'm more interested. Like, I think most people that are listening to this are obviously interested in sport and content. Well, one of the two, you'd hope. Otherwise, why are you here?
They're definitely not interested in us.
Well, maybe we got something to do with it. But I'd love to know because I did a bit of research for this, young Julian, and
Oh,
you're closing in on 10 total years working in a footy club. Did you know
yes,
that?
I did know that.
You did know that.
I did know that. It's I had a break in between there. Let's I had
I
one
know, but total,
total.
like,
Yeah,
we're talking about an industry that has incredibly high turnover. I'm curious how you're staying energized and motivated to, like, be in it. Unless you're not and you're just a walking shell of yourself. But I assume you're I assume you're still enjoying it somewhat.
This is actually my resignation pod.
No, but it's a curious one. You know what I mean? Like there's
I know
such
what you
high
mean.
turnover.
I know what you mean. I think it's I think for me it's not necessarily the work, but the people that you get to work with.
Yeah.
Um, I'm pretty energized by, well, along the journey, everyone that I've got to work with, and the creativity they bring to the space. Particularly now, I think I probably was considering getting out of footy for at one stage. I think that was some of the conversations you and I were having, especially after you did it, um, towards the end of Carlton there. But
Because I
uh,
left, just to be clear.
yeah, it was you. It was you. It's always you. Um, but no, I'm get to work with like a team of really incredibly talented people now. Um, it's fun. It's dynamic. There's always something new happening. Um, and there's a lot of new shit happening in content, right? Like, I've got it on my list to talk about later, but like you look at even how AI is impacting everything.
Yeah.
Geez, we've gone 3 minutes and there's the first mention of AI, but
AI talk. We should have a counter.
we should have a counter. But even like what that opens up or what that closes off, is quite interesting. And a lot of the stuff, because I do want to get to you, but a lot of this work that you do in what we talk about, like that unlocking players and their personalities and their channels, that actually excites me a lot,
Mm.
and keeps me energized. So I think this is a good segue potentially into yourself
God,
and
you haven't lost it, have you,
haven't
Jules?
lost it. You never lose it. Um, what have you been up to over the last 3 years? Been very busy for you as well, I imagine.
Oh, not much.
Yeah, sweet. Anyway, that's the pod.
Nah, yeah, well, I think when we last spoke, I would have been at Hoop City. So after Carlton, I was head of digital at Hoop City, which for those who aren't across it, it's basically just a small business, well, small business compared to Carlton, but it's in the basketball world. And then after that, I think I just sort of reached the point of where else can I go in this space? And the obvious answer in terms of personal development was just starting our own business and enter Two Times Creative, which is our business name. And me and my brother Darren, who was still at the NBL at that time, he only worked in the business like freelance capacity around his job, and I did it full time. And then he recently joined the business full time last year in September. So now we've got two of us full time in Two Times Creative, and it's just it's really cool. Like I love what I'm doing, and I love the highs, the lows, like the pros, the cons, and really enjoying it. But life wise, yeah, bought a house. So what are you smiling at?
I just think it's so nice that you and Darren are back working together.
Oh,
I
it's
think
beautiful. He's
he's
at the
right
back.
here. He's actually editing videos while I speak.
Yeah, no, he's editing this pod. That's what he's on this week. It's quiet this week. No, but it is a very cool thing to be doing it with your twin brother full time and whatever, going through it, experiencing it, learning, growth, etc., etc.
Has it been what you expected it to be?
I
Not you don't have to go that deep into it, but like, I think maybe frame it better. You seem like someone that really wanted to get back into a more permanent freelancing, work for yourself kind of space. Is it what you expected it to be?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you can expect anything. Like, how do you know until you know, right? Like, I can't take you back to what I was even expecting. But I think I knew it was going to be a bit of a slog, like a bit of a grind at the start. Grind set. Is that a term? I think I said that to someone and someone loves it the other week.
There we
Anyway,
go.
it is, particularly they say, like, I think someone told me the first year will be an absolute grind or the first year or two will be an absolute grind. But I will say the one thing that I think I underestimated was just how many people you know once um, you leave sport and have been in sport. Like people that left Carlton, people that are still in Carlton. There's just the old network chat helped me a lot. Like without my network to this day, I don't know. I think there's some sort of connection from my time at Carlton in sport to 90% of my clients, which is pretty cool. And you can't really prepare that because you don't, when you're in Carlton, you're not like, oh, I'm going to go talk to bloody Beck over at the coffee machine because she might employ me down the track. I did the opposite of that. Can you hear my dog barking?
Yeah, I can. Who we got?
Yeah,
Was that
so
Reg or
it's
Brad?
Reggie. He just wants to say hello. Reggie, boy. So yeah, I think without that connection in sport and Carlton, who knows where I'd be? But it's been, I don't know. I don't know how to recap. I don't really know what to expect. You can, I mean, what I expected, but you can ask me specific questions if you'd like to hit me with anything.
How often do you and Darren fight?
Jeez.
You said I could ask whatever I want.
We've had a couple. I think you need to have a couple. But again, if you were to fight so badly in business that your business broke apart, like it's your twin brother. You're not going to let that relationship break down with your twin brother because business is more of a priority. So I think we're lucky that you're just not going to do that, right? Like if you're in a business with a friend like you, I'd easily piss you off, and then you just continue the divorce of the business. But
Given how often I think you and I used to clash heads in a positive way, positive,
no, just in the hallway.
just in the whole way, not even related to work. I think you're right. It's good to have that, not tension, but like constructive back and forth to get the best final
well, you need
product.
someone to challenge you as well. When it was just me full time, I think you're so used to just doing everything your own way, and it's actually negative to yourself and the business if no one's challenging you.
Yeah, and it, like credit to you both, the work that you were putting out. It's very like it seems like it's so far developed from what you could just do by yourself, and not in a knock way, but like
Oh no,
having two
no,
people together to think about concepts and work together.
no, I agree. Even compared to what like the stuff I did, not the stuff I did at Carlton because I like to think I was still reasonable at Carlton, but the growth of what we're doing now comparatively to Carlton and whatever, like I would have never been able to get that growth if I didn't start working for myself. Anyway, enough. Should we move on? Is there
I
anything
think we
else
should
about
move on. No, the last question I had, chicken wraps. Are we still a big fan of the lunchtime chicken wrap?
Oh hell yeah, yeah! I just made my batch yesterday, so going through
A
them.
batch of wraps.
No, I made.
What are you doing?
Actually, that's good meal prep, but no, batch of chicken, so you can just make the lunches every
Easy.
day. Fun
Very
chat.
good. Very good.
I realized I had some. Did I cover my questions for you at the start? Oh, I'm curious. And I know you're not editing this, so let's just go back to Jules' part of the intro.
Yeah.
Are there any differences in this content and digital world between Carlton and Doggies off the top of your head?
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. How can I answer this diplomatically?
That was the other point. I'm like, when I wrote that, I'm like, I wonder if Jules can say anything. But surely there's something in the workflow that you've noticed, or
I,
don't
yes. Look, I think when we were at Carlton, there was a lot of hesitancy to try things.
know.
And then that kind of gets into your mindset of, oh, I'm not going to push it too far. I'm going to be quite safe. Um, yeah, I'm not going to ruffle feathers or like I'll leave the players alone as much as possible. Like their time is like so valuable and all that shit. Um, Whereas the dogs, the moment I walked in, it seemed much more open. And there was this genuine push to try things differently, but also like that you have the freedom to go and do whatever you want. Like a small example,
Mm.
our our senior video producer or video manager, sorry, Matt Basto, um he obviously has like an incredible relationship with the coaching staff and all the players, but he can just walk into pretty much any team meeting that he wants, film it, and with no questions asked or like no need to go through a million different layers to
So
get
he
that.
wouldn't need to get pre-approval. Like,
No, no pre-approval, and then like the expectation is that you just send it to the coaches prior to it going out, and they'll give you the final yes or no. So there's like it feels like there's less layers to a final product. Um,
that's so good though. That's just trust. Like that's just what you'd expect, and I mean it's logical, right? Like it works for both parties.
it does, yeah, and like I also understand that the two clubs are operating in different realms, right? Like Carlton's got 100,000 members, like
And problems.
that could be its own podcast. We won't touch that one.
Sorry, go on.
But like they're a much bigger player in the whole AFL landscape,
Mm.
16 premierships, all that kind of jazz. Where the Dogs are not not in a bad way, but they're a community based team. Like they care so deeply about their community, and their focus is kind of just like engaging that group and making sure that they still feel part of the club and still feel part of the team itself. Obviously, growing it as
Mm.
well, but like there's always this directive that like we need to give that insight and give that content back to the people that I guess ultimately save the club. Now I'm just rambling, so
No, no,
feel
no.
free to
I
cut
was,
me
I was,
off.
no, no, no. I was thoroughly enjoying that. That must have been energizing for you to walk in that freedom to try new stuff. Do you think last one on this one? Do you think that has a lot to do with Carlton being shit? Because
uh
if you haven't worked in sport, that's sort of something people will tell you that if your team isn't performing on the court or on the field, then it's more likely than not you're not going to get as much freedom to try creative stuff or as much access. That's probably a fair thing to say.
look, I think Carlton has like layers upon layers of things that stop you, and the football performance is one of them. Um, but I the thing with
You
Carlton
can
is like
tread lightly. You
I'm
know
going to
the
tread
answer.
lightly, but I'm also going to say that Carlton's fan base is so emotional. Now that's like a good thing and a bad thing. So like when things are going really well, like fuck you're up and about, you can do whatever you want. Like
Has that happened yet?
when did they beat Melbourne in the finals?
No,
2023
there
or
were
so.
some good moments.
There's some good
Our
moments.
times in Freo, those two boundary line goals, Murph and Nunes, they were good times.
Exactly. Also, did you see them recreate that the other day with
I
Mitch
did,
McGovern?
yeah.
That was brilliant. I think that was. I spoke to Critter. I think that was one of his ideas. So
Not good.
well done, Critter. But yeah,
Hold on,
I
should I
think that's
listen?
what's. Yeah, I'm sure he will. I think that's one of the things that stops you is just like um, being able to service the fans and making sure you meet them where they actually want to be.
Yeah.
And if you're a team like Carlton, who's up and down and like a lot of, well, haven't won a flag in 35, 40 years or whatever it might be, you, you always have to tread a bit more lightly.
Yeah, of course, which is logical and makes sense from
Yeah.
the footy department as well. All right, so we'll get into some fan questions. We had some
Oh, here we
submitted.
go. Yeah, go for it.
So half of them, I'm going to say 80% of them are crap and not real questions, but let's just fly through them. All right. First one from Ryan, who sent the first message to get this going again. I think I literally randomly just texted you saying, when are we recording?
Nah, that's bullshit.
Oh,
I reckon if we go through the texts, at least one of the 4 times we've spoken over the last 3 years.
Oh, you would have. Yeah, but sorry, I'm talking the most recent that probably fired up the chat again.
That's 'cause-
Jules definitely had messages back like over the last few years that he'd just throw a random comment in there.
I was definitely on the fence. I was definitely like, oh, come on, let's go. I just need you to give me even a sniff of this, and I was here.
Well, you did say what I said when we were recording. You said, "This is the best day of my life," and then I said, "What? What was?" No, you said, "This is the second best day of my life," and I said, "What was the best day? Like the day we started or something?" All right, thanks, Ryan. Brad McGee, thoughts on dabbing? I actually saw someone dab the other day. I think it's coming back.
Okay, this is
Social
no.
sandwich. What the fuck? Yeah, well done.
Well, thanks, Edwin.
Jethro just quoted "I Miss You" by Blink 182, which is the story. And Basil, he's your mate, isn't he?
Yeah.
No question. Just this is bigger than the Oasis reunion tour. Well, that's
Fuck.
kind. And finally, Cripsy, what's it like now being all grown up? It's not really a question, but what's it like, Jules?
I reckon you take that one. You're more grown up than me.
Oh, no, actually, no, false. What are you now? 30. What are you?
34. 34
Yeah,
this year.
I turned 33 recently. I love my 30s. I'm loving being a bit older. I think we're just young and dweeby, and you don't know anything. Not that you know everything now, but I'm enjoying being old.
Do you think it's question without notice? Do you think it's changed your approach to your creative approach getting older?
Oh, for sure. You've just got like speaking for myself, who a lot of well, at least how me and Darren treat it with working for yourself and running your own business is basically just self promotion and making your own content. So you probably have been pissed off like a lot of many other people how many times I pop up on people's feed, particularly this one ad that just keeps running, but it's getting me good engagement.
Thanks, Notion.
Yeah, no, it was actually Typeform. So it was
Typeform
paid.
Sorry.
Yeah, they paid for it and they just keep using it. But what was the question? Yeah, just confidence. That's the first thing that came to mind for me. Like, there's no way. Again, when we first met each other or became friends, there's no way I would record stuff to camera and be confident. Like, I remember our early podcast episodes. I look back on them and I reckon my cheeks were like double the size and my voice was like a croaky frog and I was just shitting bricks. Like, I hated it.
You also used to cut your own hair back then. I think.
I don't know what that's got to do with.
I think by the judging of come on, give everyone a look at those sides. I think you've gone to a barber here.
Yeah, I've started going to a barber.
There we go. That's maturity.
That's totally off track. But same question back to you. What has age for you done?
Yeah. It's I'm with you. I think you just think about things more holistically. Like you don't sweat as much the things that really used to worry you.
Less care in a good way.
I think more care, but more defined care, right? Like
Okay.
I care more deeply about the things that matter rather than like small instances like did a scheduled post get up?
Yeah.
No. Are we all going to wake up tomorrow? Yes, we're all going to be fine. That kind of stuff and thinking about bigger picture, like just more bigger picture in general. I think that's where it gets you.
I think we did touch on this in other episodes, but the old we're not saving lives with what we do. So I think as we get older, we do. That's what I meant. Lack of care in a good way, because 80% of what we do is not important compared to actual life things. So I think that's helpful to know.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Thank you. All right.
Oh.
Well, that wraps it up.
Hey, so now this is my segment. So this is
you've got.
I thought we'd actually talk about like a content theme for today, given that the show is called The Content Catchup and it can't just be us catching up.
I was happy for it to be stuff the viewers, but no, your head's in the right place.
Touched on it a little bit earlier. Player-led content. Now, this is something you've been massive on for years. I know you have. And first of all, I think,
created player-led content.
I think you created players. Small apology on my behalf, because I don't think I gave you enough respect in terms of what you were trying
just
to do
overall?
in this space. No, don't. Fucking no. I gave you the respect
What do
you
you mean?
deserved on other things. You were a big one on this quite early. And I remember talking about this in depth around like how the NBA are doing it, how the NFL are doing it in terms of heroing players, and players actually building their own brand outside of the club and the importance of that. Now, you're doing something pretty special on the side of Two Times Creative,
Mm.
called Off Day.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to tell us a little bit about Off Day, where it came from, and what the kind of goal is?
Yeah. Well, off day is, I think it's literally just what you were talking about. Like Darren and I shared the same passion and interest just to humanize athletes as much as possible. And then the beauty about working for yourself is you've got freedom of time to dive into other things, passion projects, and actually put time and effort into them. So we created Off Day last year, I think, and it's solely like it's a YouTube channel. That's what it's focused on, and the whole purpose is, as I said, just to simply humanize athletes. So the first bit of content we've been doing is just as the name suggests, spending an off day with these athletes and not overproducing or planning anything. So the best bit of content, for example, has been car rides. The best bit of content has been sitting at a cafe, just sharing a coffee because we're not planning anything. Like we're not trying to make it like traditional media in a sense where you're just like, all right, action, and now we're going. Like what the whole point is just to see what we just did a episode with our old mate Darcy Vesio, and they were awesome. Like just spending a day with them doing what they normally do, and it's not a. I'm not saying footy in a club led media is a performance, but you get what I mean. Like it's media trained. It's not. I wouldn't even say like 70% authentic. Like it's heavily edited and whatever, and that's where the idea of off day was created, and it's been going really well. Like we've had, what have we got, like 8 episodes up, and that's we actually did a Darren created a YouTube banner, and we've covered all Australian sports already. So we've got a
Huge.
basketball, AFL, AFLW, and it's cool. Bigger picture, the goal. I know you didn't ask, but we'd love to have like segments on the YouTube channel. Say, for example, have you seen Chicken Shop Date or
Yep.
Chicken something
Yep.
like that, where an athlete hosts an activity over a coffee or whatever, and you have like one of them for AFL, one of them for netball, whatever, and it becomes a shows under off day. But that's a quick summary for you.
No, love it. Um, you could do chicken wrap date, obviously, since
Oh,
since
it's
you've
probably a bit close to copyright. Like I just use it as an example, but
um, who does that really well on a sidebar is Vogue. If you ever, for
Vogue.
anyone, yeah, if you ever looking for some inspiration, Vogue's YouTube channel is actually sensational. They do so many little different different programs with different celebrities, all like within a like they've got episodes that all relate to different things. So like the 36, no, not 36 questions, like 76 questions, that series,
I've heard someone mention that.
36 hours with a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff with these really famous celebrities that you just never see this stuff before, which
Yeah, it's cool.
is not too dissimilar to what you're, I think what you and Darren are doing with Off Day in terms of bringing athletes behind the scenes to life. I like the away from the media managed view of athletes, or where they're specifically talking about sport, and you don't get a lot, um, is so cool. Um, how are you finding, or what are the most surprising thing that you found out about athletes from working with them this closely?
Oh, geez. I think there's very much a shared view or consistent theme pops up of tall poppy syndrome in Australia and how much that bothers athletes or they just really dislike it. And I think, well, tall poppy syndrome was probably like a motivator for off day, to be honest, like to break through that barrier. And we've got cue cards that we sort of throw at the athletes when we spend a day with them, not because, well, we're yet to have an athlete that's has shit conversation, but it's there to help if it is. But it's just to like get consistent themes going. And one of those is like, do you experience tall poppy syndrome in Australia? So I think what we see and talk about of athletes sort of getting criticized for putting themselves out there or for being different, those views are very much shared by athletes. Like, I don't know if that's a surprise to you or what you think, but it's definitely like a thing. Athletes share that same view.
I think it is somewhat of a surprise because uh, are you referring to like pressure or the view of tall poppy syndrome from other athletes, or do you think it's just from like society and Australian public
I think
sports
both.
fans?
Like, I think both. I
Yeah.
think they very much overthink everything they put online, or there's a consistent theme of them worrying about being their weird selves or doing different things because of Australian culture.
Yeah. I I'd say that doesn't surprise me hugely. I think as well, like there's what I think is going to happen at least over the next 5 years is there's so many good athlete creators that's probably going to like put the pressure on those like those people who are already a bit fearful from putting themselves out there, and they're going to go, oh fuck, like I'm not Christian
Oh, you think it'll
Petrarca.
go the other way? Like,
Yeah.
it'll actually not help it. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, like I don't actually have anything too valuable to offer. Like
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Never thought about it
so
like that.
I think it's about meeting in the middle, right? Like you are an athlete and you're super interesting to a lot of people out there. Like you don't have to show a hell of a lot. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's the more, hey, I'm just a normal person. This is where I like to go for a coffee. This is the thing I like to do on my off day. Off day. Um, those kind of things still intrigue fans because it's still an insight into a life that they don't get to see. It feels
Yeah.
welcoming, right?
No, totally. No, I totally agree. I also think, like, who cares if it's interesting anyway? Like, make it for yourself. Like, I
Mm.
think sometimes we get too caught up in creating content or creating whatever because other people enjoy it or stuff it. Like, just do it if you enjoy it. I think that's what makes you consistent with something anyway. You're not going to do it because you get X amount of views every time. You got to just do it because you're enjoying doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I also think that this ties in really well with how well long form content is going at the moment. Um,
Mm.
and like the reemergence of the importance of that. I'd almost say like I don't know if this belongs in the controversial call section, but
Save it.
I feel like you either have your short form content, which is almost now less than 30 seconds, or you have your long form content, which is like 10 minutes above.
Yeah.
And that middle ground is where nothing really happens.
Yeah. I think it's a good point because you get to that
Sawkward.
sort of awkward. We're inventing new words here, people. Middle ground of 2 to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, where you're sort of just hovering in that grey area of like, what the hell are we doing? Should we cut it down or just extend it to a raw clip? Like, why are we cutting so much out, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Uh,
It also like sorry to interrupt it. For me, the like 4 minute pieces I feel very like, oh, we've got a direct purpose out of this, right? Like it's an interview that is fulfilling a need that's very like transactional. So maybe
yeah,
that's the place. Whereas like anything you go above unlocks a deeper story and actually wants you it leaves you feeling I want more or I could
yeah.
watch more.
I actually found that with a recent edit I did. It was actually for Dan Does Footy, so his YouTube page, and it was I realized there's a serious art in like leaving bits of the story out
Mm,
so that people watch past 10 minutes to find out those gaps.
yeah.
Because, like, I was editing interviews in this video and I found myself purposely leaving bits out and moving it back in the video. Do you get what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah.
that's something we don't really think about. Like, how do TV shows get us to watch further? And that's by purposely leaving crap out. It
But
just sort of shifted like a mindset thing with long form.
like I think it's that again, within that like 4 minute zone, you have to be chronological, right? Like you have to tell a
Yeah.
story within a sequence because you've only got 4 minutes or something to do it, or even like with the really short form 30 second. But with a longer form one, you can disrupt that a little bit and call back or reference back
Yeah.
to certain
We've got more
parts.
freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And you're right.
Um,
Like, sorry, you go.
no. Finish this one because I just didn't want to forget about the doggies point or footy club point of view of player led content. But finish this chat. Long
Yeah.
film.
But let's finish this one. I actually can't remember what I was going to say now, so it
Oh,
can't have been
no.
that important.
So what was the title? That was actual role, right?
It is an actual role. You're really
Oh.
testing me. I should know what the title is.
Well, you don't
but-
have to give us specifics, but they look after player-led content.
Correct.
I guess. I'm guessing is what.
And we've just brought someone in probably 2 months ago, Brad, who was asking the questions about dabbing.
Oh, geez, you got on. How do you get on the pod so quickly?
Yeah, he used to work for the lovely Marnie Olsen Young, so he's
Oh,
long time
geez.
listener, first time questioner.
Respect.
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry.
He's also still on probation, so I think he's trying to suck up to me.
How was the first podcast? You enjoyed the reunion?
it better be
reunion
good, mate.
ep?
But
Oh, it
it
was all
better be
right.
good.
Get out.
Yeah, get out of here. So what we're trying to do is that we've, similar to you, we know that like players attract fans, and people don't follow just the team anymore. Like they're more likely to follow for the Bulldogs anyway, like a Ali Blackburn, a Jazz Smith, Cody Waitman, a Buku Kamas, right? Like they're actually following these people. Or I'll put Rory Lobb in that mix as well. They're getting that content served to them through their algorithms, and then they're like, okay, I want to find out more. Like, who is Rory Lobb outside of this content? Oh, Bernie's on my laptop. Oh, and everyone.
Hey, Bernie.
Hold on, 1
Good
second.
to see you, Burns. Oh, I don't like looking at you anyway. God, where's the butt support for cats?
Nah, it doesn't need it. Don't jump up there again. I swear to God. Anyway, so we kind of identified that we also need to show players' personalities, but we can help them build a little bit of their own personalities and brands through their own channel. So Brad's role that role more specifically is aimed at that, and we think we can make a real play at helping that engagement grow, or like growing audiences in that sense.
Love it. Here's one for you off the cuff. How has player Bernie's butthole? How has players buy-in? Do you want to wait till you sit down? How has players buy-in to content changed, or has it changed? Like obviously it's a very dependent club to club, but do you find these days players obviously see how good it can be for themselves as individuals? Like, do you see them buying in more?
I think you know the answer to that as well as I do. I think they are. Like,
Yeah.
I think definitely they are.
You didn't mean that. That sounded like a real smart ass. I think you fucking know the answer to that,
fucking
mate.
dumbass. Can we ask the next question? Thanks. That's it. Fucking
Just
hell.
leave.
No wonder I'm here. No, I think it is. I think you see the rise of like those independent content creators within sport, like if Dan Does Footy, Type Media. There's a few others. That like players are actually actively going on themselves, and like that's not going through traditional media anymore. That's just because they love the show, they want to be a part of it, and they like understand how important it is for them. And it's a soft way to get into it, right? Like they're not producing anything themselves, but they can show their personalities in a bit more of a comfortable way.
Yeah, it's smart.
Yeah.
I'm personally loving how much broadcasts and bigger media outlets are using and working with the individual creators like Dan Gomes and Type Media, as you mentioned. Like you see, like the biggest Friday night game there is, half of the pre-game pump up is Dan screaming into the, just as an example, like Dan screaming into the camera, and they're using the solo creators as their content. Like, do you like that? Like, I really like it. I think it's cool, but I think there was a time that, again, Australian culture would have almost frowned at that. Like, I think it's good that we've gone to the point that even that seems to be welcomed and celebrated to a degree.
I think it has a lot to do with relevance. Like Dan, as an example, has like done a lot of work in terms of like making himself relevant and present in the space. So I think that makes it less of a, I don't know, barrier to cross. And same with Type, like Type, or
Cheats for those who don't know.
Yeah, Cheats. He is like he works so hard, man. Like that's the
I
thing
know.
with all of these creators. I shouldn't say just him, but like him specifically. Like it's incredible, and I think you have to be.
Oh, because you got to be switched on the whole time. Like I've
Yeah,
talked to him about this multiple times. How his job is to be switched on the whole time. Like I don't get how he can do it.
nah, you have to be what's a built different, you know?
Grind set.
Grind set. You could have that grind set.
Um,
Grind set,
I actually hate
mindset,
that shit.
Michael. Let's stop grinding here.
Okay.
I think
Shall we go into the most missed segment? I think everybody can agree there's just been a hole in their lives for a couple of years.
Egg of the week.
Egg of the week.
Do you have Pete?
I reckon, I've got Pete stored on a hard drive somewhere. This is real Black Mirror shit.
That's
Like
hilarious.
what happens to voiceovers when they go to die.
God, I miss Pete. All right, egg of the week. I'm going to go first because it was sort of on the same theme. I'm calling out Australians' inability to celebrate. The amount of media that are bagging or mocking Scott Pendlebury's antics for his record-breaking game, I just think it goes to show how hopeless we are at celebrating. Like, it just pisses me off. Like, instead of building people up for what, again, sounds like deep chat, but who cares? It's good. I don't know. I just noticed how much media are just taking the piss out of like his gold number or his scheduled days off. I just think, I don't know, I'm just a bit over it.
I think media.
Thoughts?
Agree. I think the gold number's a bit funky. I don't know. It's a bit.
But why are we so uncomfortable with difference? Like, I'm okay with making a smart ass joke, like, oh, it's doesn't suit the Guernsey, like light-hearted stuff. But you go break the record. You go do something. Not you, or actually, yeah, you, Jules. But these people are so what? Like they haven't done. I don't even know what it is, but I just don't get
Play
humans.
football, mate.
But humans' brains not to celebrate these things.
I agree. I think it's one of those things like it's fun to poke fun at a little bit and go like, oh, gold number. Like obviously,
I agree, but you cross that line of doing it more than it needs. I find.
I also think that Scott Pendlebury has got his flowers. Like he's got a lot of respect.
But what harm in there is to keep just for this period of time when he breaks the record? What harm is there just to keep clapping hands? Like I don't get the harm in it. It's just it's what you're saying is Australian culture. We're sort of that's how we react.
Yeah. No, look, I'm not disagreeing with you in total. I actually think they did the same thing for Brent Harvey when he broke the record. I think everyone wore like Boomer 423 or whatever their record.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Were. It's not going to happen again, or like it's very unlikely to happen again that you're going to have this. So for the 5 people that have done it or like got over 400 games, let them.
I think I'm not saying I don't like funny smart ass comments. I just think there's too many in comparison to positive.
I'm just going to edit that to say that you don't like fun because we've known that.
Just purposely over edit to make me seem like I'm saying something I'm not.
I don't like fun. I don't like the gold number.
Give me an egg.
All right. So I've re-entered my running era again.
What's happened to your TikToks? Consistency's not key.
So here's something I did in the last 3 years. I ran 21 kilometers around a roundabout.
Yeah, what the hell was up with that?
Again, sometimes you just need to push yourself to do something and know that you never want to do it again.
Were you wearing a gold number?
I wasn't wearing a gold number, but I've actually asked the Bulldogs to take down the statue of Ted Whitten and put one of me up there instead.
Rightfully so.
Don't think that's going to happen somehow. It's all politics. But anyway, so back in my running era, and there's this great Instagram that's popped up that's called Unofficial Time or Unofficial Official Time. It's basically these people have taken it upon themselves to like call out influencers in particular who are promoting the wrong time for the race. And they do it in
their running time.
Yeah, their running time. They do it in such a dramatic way. Like the comments, I think I saved one. I'll read it out if I've got time.
Wait, how do they know they're faking times though?
So they go through and they look at like the influencers and they like check it against there's like a net time and like your Strava time basically. And they'll
Right.
go and they'll check what they posted, like what their actual time was. So this is one from the weekend. There's been a couple of different marathons run over the last few weeks. This one's for a guy named Liam. Hi, Liam. We are unable to verify the claimed 146.57 result due to a clear discrepancy with the official chip time of 1:54.08, constituting one of the most significant half marathon time manipulation infringements we have identified. A difference of over 7 minutes across the distance is substantial and cannot be attributed to normal GPS variance. Review of Strava data indicates the use of moving time rather than elapsed time, with multiple stops throughout the activity, which have resulted in a materially faster time being presented publicly. This is particularly concerning given your position. Like it goes on, and then the question is that
This is a comment on the
This is a
post.
comment on their reel. Are you able to provide a written explanation for your infringement? And they sign it off as OMTIU, official, unofficial time.
This is just a random punter, right? This is
Oh,
not.
It's like it's a big account now. Like I think it started off as a bit of a joke, and now it's just like, oh fuck, we can't go a marathon without having to comment
Yeah.
on this. Like they sell merch and everything. It's quite
That's
brutal.
funny.
Like some people I feel sorry for, but also like accountability.
I was
Don't
going to
lie.
say, you've almost framed this as a boss.
I think the people lying about their times are eggs because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to get found out.
I'm not in that world, but I have heard people, like, particularly within influencers, people want a bit of recognition. They just fake that type of stuff. So, yeah, a bit of accountability from you,
Bit of
Jules. I like
accountability.
that. Well,
Yep.
not from you, unless you run that account.
Well, no, I don't run the
Reveal?
account, but I always keep my times official.
Well, I can't prove that or unprove that, so I'll take your word for it.
You're just gonna have to take my word.
How is your running going? Are you gonna bring the people back on with some TikToks or no?
Nah, well,
Too much effort.
I was feeling really good after the Ballarat marathon, which I did recently, and the post runners high got me, and I put my name in the ballot for the Melbourne Marathon, and then got accepted for that, and now I'm quietly dreading it. But
Is that just a bigger distance?
a marathon's a marathon, mate.
So what? But why? But it's the same thing. You've done it.
No, I know, but I just don't want to do it again.
Oh, okay. Well, it sounds like you're more than capable. You've done it once. A marathon's a marathon, mate.
Marathon's a marathon, mate. Oh, dear.
well.
All right. I didn't have any bosses. Did you have one?
Oh, what did I actually wrote down? Oh, my boss. They're all just footy themed, but we're on theme this week. My favourite thing in the whole footy sporting landscape has been consistent across 5 years. Would you have any idea what it might be? It's been consistent. Channel 7 do it.
Oh.
It's not a content theme.
Is it their photo day thing?
No. We're not gonna get you guessing for 4 straight minutes.
Okay, fair enough. Yep.
Well, if there's anything else, but it's their consistent use of rock music during halftime and pre-game. Have you got that written down or something?
No, I had this as an example that I wanted to talk about and I didn't. But yes, please continue.
It is the best thing since I've edited videos. It's always been in the NBA and sport, but I've always said there's no better suited music to sport than rock music. And I know like that's my style of music, so I'm going to be biased, but some of the songs they are playing across the highlights that they quickly turn around from the first quarter, for example, heading into the second quarter, it's just perfect. That's just like almost peak sports content for me. I think it just suits so perfectly. And the reason why I'm bossing them is because there's clearly someone high enough up who can make this decision, but they've been going with this for years. Like they haven't like succumb to techno crap and all the other type of music.
Crap.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that techno crap.
But you know what I mean? Like you could easily follow trends and whatnot, but they've stuck with it. I think it's great.
I agree. I'm hard yes for me.
Yeah.
And that's reminded me of this post that I saved a while ago. It's by an account called Offball. And it's
Off day. Oh, fuck.
Nearly got another mention in there. It's just about the NFL is in its hard rock and metal era, and it just goes through.
Oh, they're doing it too.
All the different clubs that are now using like heavier music throughout their videos, and it's just spawned like a new generation of fans that are now saying like the
Oh,
return
cool.
of that kind of style of music. And like I get it, you got to go to give everyone a bit of everything because it's not everyone's style. But like when you hear a bit of Turnstile come on in like a highlight video, and you're like, oh, this has actually
Yeah.
piqued my
Well,
interest a little bit more.
it also like contributes to their overall brand if you're known for that. It
Yeah.
might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's strong for the brand overall. So good on you. I'd love to know who's been pushing that.
Oh, maybe you can ask at 7AFL.
I'm sure that answer, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. I don't think they've got anything better to do. Should we wrap this up with a controversial call?
Yeah, I think it's actually you've forgotten everything about this podcast. It's controversial.
Oh, controversial. You're so right.
Controversially. I'll just change that in here.
Yeah. Well,
Content.
what'd you call me?
It's incredibly hard to say. Controversial.
Um,
We shouldn't have written these down because then one of us could fight each other. But you hit me with yours.
all right. There are too many AI programs, and they're confusing their own efficiency.
Too many AI programs confusing. I agree. There's too many AI programs. What do you mean? The second part of it, you think people don't know how to use them? It's too
Pe-
overwhelming.
People don't know how to use them. Number one, and people are now starting to doubt themselves on really simple fucking shit,
Yeah.
and use AI to come up with something that is like halfway there.
Yeah, I can't argue with this. I'd love to fight you, but I agree. What two-part question.
Hmm.
Any examples you see of people losing a skill, like losing the ability to do something because they're relying on AI?
Copywriting. Like I know it's
Yeah.
such a small one, but like not even having a crack at something first and just going like, hey, generate captions or like generate these posts. And I know that doesn't really happen in the sports industry because you get like you lose the real energy of it and it's actually quicker to do stuff yourself. But um I think like writing in general is like if we talk about content, like it's such a lost art at the moment and there's not many people doing it as well. Like you can tell that most articles that are coming up are just like here's some points slapped into
Oh,
chat
it's shocking.
GPT or Copilot and they just lack a bit of soul.
Yeah, no, it's annoying to consume and read. I just went to my Twitter because I realized I have a perfect example for people using it should have been an egg actually, but brands using AI where they shouldn't. So NBA Australia are clearly tweeting with AI captions. So you'll be well, you might not be aware, but NBA playoffs are on. The Lakers defeated the Rockets, and NBA Australia have gone with a transition three by LeBron James. It's captioned LeBron James exudes supreme confidence on this transition three.
Yeah,
Fire
gross.
emoji.
Gross.
You tell me and that is not basketball terminology, and you would never choose exude supreme confidence in it. It's just a perfect example of like doing damage to your brand.
Fucking burn down the data centers. I'm there.
No, I'm with you. I'd love to fight you, as I said, but and you're right about people losing confidence in their own skills to do something
Mm.
because you think, oh, I'll just get AI to do it.
And like, don't get me wrong. I think it's got like huge benefits. Like when you go generative fill, brilliant, right? Like, it's fucking amazing.
True.
Give me that AI all the time. But
Yeah.
like on other
What
stuff.
the second part I was going to ask you, how are you using AI in your either life or job? Just basic things. Doesn't have to go too long, but
I use it to check articles I've written. So
Yeah.
like, and again, that's probably a bit lazy. But like just to do a final grammar and spelling check on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I also use it quite heavily. Two more. I'm not great with Excel, so like building out formulas and stuff or checking formulas, I use it quite heavily because I found it quite handy in that sense. And the third one is we've just actually implemented Asana as a project management and briefing system at the dogs, and it's got a lot of AI integration in terms of just automating like I don't know basic stuff like to make things happen. You can just describe it rather than
Yeah.
have to learn how to build out specific scripts or formulas, which I would love to do, but you know,
Well, no, I think those type of things is what people should be using it for. If it's not replacing a skill or ruining your creativity, I think it's good to use AI for. So if it's just saving you time or automating a manual workflow, but something we've recently done, to your point about what the doggies are for client briefs, is we've got that type format that keeps
Typeform.
running. That's how people.
Ka-ching!
Well, I actually stuffed it up, and I didn't charge them for a certain amount of times. They just keep using it, but whatever. Um, okay, what was I saying? Oh,
AI.
so we've got, for all our client briefs for our business, we send them a form to fill out, but we found that no, even though that's the ideal workflow, a lot of our briefs just come from either Zoom calls or email dumps where they're just rambling information about what they want. So we've
Mhm.
built our own agent inside Notion, like an AI agent, to basically turn all that messy crap into the brief form.
Oh,
So it
great.
does that, yeah, and we've started doing that as of 2 weeks ago, and including transcribing Zoom calls to do the same. So that's a example that we've done.
Like it. That's like something
Yeah.
that I don't think that's a huge skill, but
Well, it's
like
just a time thing.
the argument could be that, okay, you're losing some of the detail in that.
Well, yes, and that's a fair argument, but I think, I don't know. It's almost like you play the game of until you notice something. Like, obviously you're gonna reread a bit of it, but if it's like a four page brief, you're saving time, and until you notice it missing something, my sort of thought is there's no point not trusting it.
Yeah,
You know
fair,
what I mean? Yeah.
fair. All right.
What were we?
You got one?
Oh, my content treasure.
Controversial. Controversial. Just
Controversial
rolls off the
call.
tongue.
No, just something I've sort of been noticing with clients' content, but also my own content, is brands will never succeed with content by chasing trends, because I think the moment you're trying to chase a trend, it is no longer a trend.
Mhm.
And even though this might say it's only 90% true, because there's an element of trying to see what's working and replicate it, I like the mindset, because I think if you've got that mindset, then you're never trying to copy people. You're trying to like find your own path. So, but I just don't think, I don't know what success is classified as in this statement, but I don't think you'll find success by chasing trends.
What about small brands? What about small brands that don't have huge creative teams to build big trends or like make themselves relevant in a way?
I just think you're better off just being like documenting what you're doing as a business or a person. Like, I don't personally feel connection from small businesses doing trends. Like, if you want to, if in this example, I assume it's a small business or small businesses trying to sell something or get known for something, you could argue, actually, you can make an argument for growth, but not for like brand connection and people turning into customers, in
Yeah.
my view.
Oh, I'd agree on the like it's not your actual brand, but I actually think our friend the social sandwich would have a lot to a lot to say about
I
this
just
one.
think it's too late. I think if you're chasing trends, it's too late already.
I agree, but my disagree is that like in a world where you have to have content to be relevant, sometimes the easiest thing to do is to jump on a trend.
Yeah, but I hate that. I hate, because you're not standing out then. You're just like everybody else.
It's all right. We all know you hate small businesses around Australia.
I am a small business. And I hate myself.
Wow,
I've
this has
been
gone
wanting to
from
talk,
controversial call to
about this.
therapy. Fuck, is that why you called me?
Yeah, I've been hanging on to this for a few years.
Oh dear. All right. We've been going for an hour now, and I think that's more than enough to
Hey,
catch
good
up on
return
catch up.
though.
Yeah, great return.
Couple of years, we'll
Couple of years to
touch base again.
Yeah. Maybe you'll be onto your fourth house.
No. This is, we'll claim it. The cliche is our forever home. I'm not moving again. Trust me. This office
On the
is
record.
going to look incredible in a couple of years, and we are never moving again.
Right. I'll hold you to that, but I'm happy for you if you're never moving again. I look forward to talking to you in 4 years when you've not moved again.
Thank you. No, I think for people wondering, we'll probably pop up with an every episode every now and then. We're not
Yeah,
going
I
to commit
think
to
so.
anything. It's going to be very ad hoc though, so don't expect this. But it's been great to catch up, as I said. And Bernie, see your cat's bum hole in the
His
camera. That was
anus.
beautiful.
He loves showing people his anus.
Okay. All right,
All
let's
right.
wrap this up. Jules, you stay healthy, you stay well. Stay on those trends if you want to keep ruining those doggies brands.
I love ruining brands. That's my job.
Doggy, I hope no one's listening from your workplace.
No one knows who I am. Anyway, but Michael, you too. I hope you and Darren don't punch each other out and have to awkwardly go for dinner at your parents' house.
My parents aren't together, so.
Well, you might have to choose one parent each to live with. One of you.
Well, then we wouldn't have to see each other because we'll be in there. Anyway.
Anyway, Max is scratching the TV now. I gotta go.
Okay. See ya.
That's it. Bye.